The Legend of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Part 1, Chapter 33, Meditation. The family room was a relatively large place and took up a third of the main section of the lair. It had a red material three-seater sofa with cushions of a pink and white lotus flower design, a brown leather and very tarnished armchair, and a bright yellow beanbag, all facing a TV on a wooden and rather aged-looking TV stand and cabinet. Inside the cabinet section was a VHS and DVD player, a Nintendo Wii and a PlayStation 2. As a family, they loved video games, even Master Splinter, but they could only get second-hand consoles and games through Master Splinter's favours to the city and occasionally finding them thrown out in trash cans or dumpsters. In the room, there were also 3 DVD/video/CD/video game cabinets that were nearly full, and an old coffee table that was chipped and scratched in places. Master Splinter was sitting on the sofa, and his expression was unfathomable. He was a very mysterious rat man, and you could never tell what he was going to do or say next. Cryptic was the best word to describe him. Raph collapsed into the seat next to him, and his sensei began to talk to him in a slow and wise manner. I suppose you are expecting me to demand you take part in meditation, and that, as my son, I will condemn you evermore for not doing so. However, I don't believe that is the best way to get you to do something. I will instead tell you this. You are angry. It is not just a recent development. You have always been the most compulsive and rebellious of my sons. Please bear in mind that this is not a thing to be ashamed of. With this comes great passion and strength. I am proud of you for having such qualities, but too much rage and fury can be a hindrance. I believe you don't like your anger. It clouds your mind like a tempest, and when it erupts, you hurt those around you. I suspect that the key to all this anger is a lack of not fitting into the world around you. You must understand that you have great potential as a ninja, and you mustn't waste such energy on frivolous anger. You are in a difficult position, my son, but as are your brothers, and as am I. If you take one piece of advice away from me in all your life, let it be this. You will never, ever be alone. Not truly. I'm sorry. I never meant to. Raph was cut off. Master Splinter hugged his son, and something made Raph give up fighting against his sensei for the moment. Meditation will begin tonight at 7. I'm inviting April along so you can both start as beginners together. But I feel it may be best if I sent your brothers elsewhere. Raph nodded, while Master Splinter sighed with relief at the thought that he might not be as bad a parent as he internally felt, after all. At 7 o'clock sharp, April arrived at the lair and, to Master Splinter's surprise, handed him a $10 and a $5 note. Master Splinter looked quizzically at the notes and then said, "Is it my birthday already? OK then, happy birthday to me, happy birthday to me. My parents think you're giving me official lessons, so they think they need to pay for them," April answered. It would be nice to legitimately buy some of our food rather than rely on the fact that I stopped a mugging outside of the Walmart on 83rd Street. Splinter noted, nodding his head and slipping the riches into the pockets of his ragged and brown trousers. And, for the record, I celebrate my birthday on January 1st. How can you know your birthday if you used to be a sewer rat? April asked, confused. I never said I knew when my birthday is. I said I just celebrate it on that day. The turtles celebrate theirs in May, but as to whether they were actually born, or rather hatched then, I do not know. April had not been told what she was going to be taught, so she was intrigued when she was led into an incandescent and heavily floral-scented room. Master Splinter knelt in the middle of the room, and Raphael knelt in one of the corners on a mat. "Meditation!" she exclaimed with sudden realisation. Captain Obvious, Raphael commented. April then realised she was standing and watching them when she should probably be kneeling too. She chose the mat to the right of Raphael. Master Splinter began to speak in a slow, mystical tone. He seemed to be the master of his words, and it felt as if he had infinite knowledge in his rodent skull. Spiritual refinement, or Shenshin Tiki Kyokyo, is the process of ridding the mind and soul of impurities. It can relax the mind and, as a result, increase your ability to stay alert during combat. It will also destroy negative energies, which can cause... He turned to face Raphael and his voice hardened disapprovingly, antagonising, ridiculing and using profanity against others. He then turned back to April and with a softer tone finished, "Coincidentally, it is also one of the 18 skills of the ninja." "What are the other 17? April asked. "I will answer that in later lessons, but in the meantime, let us begin meditation. It'll take 20 minutes, and do not panic if Raphael's arm starts to glow around his wound, as that is simply part of our advanced healing process." "So you can heal faster when meditating?" "Yes, I fail to understand the science behind it, but essentially, yes," Splinter answered. "Now, keep your back straight and tip your head up a little, but cast your eyes downwards. Keep your eyes neither completely open or closed. Make sure your shoulders and neck are relaxed. Just place your arms and hands anywhere you feel comfortable for the moment, but try to keep them as still as possible during the exercise. If you don't want to kneel, you could cross your legs. Either way works." April decided to cross her legs as kneeling was hurting her knees considerably. "Oh, have you had anything to eat in the last 2 hours?" Splinter asked out of the blue. "No, I think I ate at 5. "Good. Food can make you more likely to lose focus and fall asleep in the first 2 hours of digestion. That being said, do not starve yourself as you may begin to think about food, and this is about cleansing the mind. Now, focus on the pattern of breathing in and out. When your mind wanders, return to the pattern of your breath." Both students tried to, and after 1 minute of doing so, Raphael's wrist began to glow brightly around his stitches, and on a molecular level, the wound was slowly sealing itself.